In the small mountain village of La Tuna, where hope seemed a mere whisper, a young boy named Joaquin Guzman was destined to rewrite the rules of power. Growing up in a one-room shack, the echoes of hunger and despair surrounded him like a shroud. His father, a mere cog in the machine of the drug trade, farmed opium poppies for meager earnings, while Joaquin watched with envy as flashier drug traffickers cruised through the village in their gleaming vehicles, their gold watches glinting in the sunlight. This disparity fueled a deep-rooted ambition within him, igniting the flames of his future. At the tender age of 15, Joaquin stepped into the hive of activity, diving headfirst into the underworld by selling marijuana. Ambition propelled him forward. By 17, he was already managing his own smuggling routes through the rugged mountains. While his stature was small, his aspirations towered above his peers. The locals had dubbed him El Chapo, meaning shorty, yet they failed to see the storm brewing beneath his unassuming surface. Little did they know that underestimating him would emerge as their gravest oversight. The 1980s ushered cocaine into the spotlight, a flow of liquid gold flooding into the United States. Seizing the moment, El Chapo aligned himself with the Guadalajara cartel, falling under the tutelage of Miguel Ángel Félix Gallardo, the drug trade's illustrious godfather. Here, El Chapo absorbed lessons in logistics, corruption, and the brutal necessity of violence. But when Gallardo was captured, chaos erupted, and out of the ashes, El Chapo emerged, establishing the Sinaloa cartel, a coalition born from deception and ambition. El Chapo's audacity pushed barriers that had once seemed insurmountable. He constructed a labyrinth of secret tunnels snaking beneath the Mexico-United States border, creating ghostly passageways that allowed his products to evade detection. Vehicles and even submarines became the vehicles of his empire, smuggling vast shipments of narcotics across treacherous waters. Money poured in like a never-ending river, but power came with a price: blood. A chilling reign of terror ensued, marked by murders and brutal violence as cities became battlegrounds and justice crumbled under the weight of corruption. By the late 1990s, El Chapo had solidified his position as the world's preeminent drug trafficker, a kingpin cloaked in wealth and fear. He existed like a phantom, ever elusive and seemingly untouchable, but his reign was underlined by a chilling reality, a keen understanding that within his empire, every throne was built on the graves of thousands. In Mexico, a shadowy terror looms as the Sinaloa cartel reaches deep into the veins of society. Corruption runs rampant. Politicians bow to power, judges accept bribes, and journalists pay the ultimate price for their loyalty to the truth. The innocent become entangled in a chilling game where silence often means survival. Fueled by a government's declared war against the cartels, each blow against this wicked beast only cultivates new heads. As the cycle of violence escalates relentlessly, El Chapo, a name that transcends mere criminality, embodies the chaos of this drug-fueled nightmare. Captured yet never defeated, he remains a phoenix, emerging time and time again from the ashes of incarceration, while his legend fuels the myth that he can never truly be caught. This is only the beginning of a relentless war, a tale of terror, intrigue, and desperation. To truly grasp the magnitude of this crisis, subscribe to Cortex Crime and prepare for the deeper scars hidden beneath the surface. The story continues. The rise of the new lords. The fall of a king often signals the rise of new powers, and in the shadows of El Chapo's demise, the Sinaloa cartel did not wither. It transformed. The chaotic cacophony of power shifts reverberated throughout the underworld as El Chapo was confined, leaving a void ripe for the taking. Emerging from this wake were his sons, who would take control of the empire with a ruthless efficiency that was both chilling and awe-inspiring. These so-called Los Chapitos embodied the new generation of cartel leaders. Cold, calculating, and technologically savvy, they were poised to carry on their father's legacy, albeit with an upgraded arsenal of modern warfare tools. The ascension of Los Chapitos undoubtedly marked a turning point in the drug trade. Their reign ushered in a new era, where traditional methods of drug trafficking were replaced by a formidable network utilizing drones to surveil rivals and encrypted communications to outsmart authorities. The chaos erupted in Culiacan, when a bold attempt to arrest a video resulted in a hailstorm of violence that captivated the world's attention. In a spine-chilling display of power, cartel gunmen unleashed chaos upon the city, setting vehicles ablaze and holding innocent lives hostage. This act of defiance echoed a singular message. The state was no longer the unequivocal authority. The cartel had asserted its dominance and struck fear into the heart of governance. As Los Chapitos took charge, the Sinaloa cartel radically shifted its operations from cocaine to synthetic drugs, with a fatal focus on fentanyl. This potent substance, 50 times stronger than heroin, became a lethal game-changer, spawning clandestine laboratories concealed in the mountains. The cartel's reach expanded beyond borders, trafficking death across the United States and into foreign territories, leaving behind a trail of devastation. This evolution of the cartel birthed a global network, transcending the notion of a singular criminal organization. The world watched in helpless horror as the numbers of lives claimed by the poison surged, underscoring the brutality of this new empire. In response, Mexican authorities and the DEA launched raids and manhunts, seemingly futile against a specter that kept re-emerging. It became evident that the Sinaloa cartel was more than just a hierarchy of leaders. It had metamorphosed into a multifaceted system, thriving on a seedy cocktail of poverty, corruption, and fear. Like a hydra, it grew stronger with each head that was severed. And as power dynamics shifted and new alliances formed, the cartel infused itself deeper into the fabric of society. Whispering through the shadows, it made its intentions clear. We are forever.